I don't want anything right now. Because what I had done was I just, in my mind, and people will take this wrong and take it as wrong as you want to, I don't really care. I had just climbed a mental wall that was amazing. And I didn't want anybody to take that pain away from me at that point, because that was all confirmation.
It seems like, I've heard you tell that story a number of times. It's amazing. Did that set the tone or the rhythm for what you wanted to try and achieve and feel again? Each time you're pushing further, there's more difficulty?
I never wanted to feel it again. But what it did was it showed me what is possible. And that's what set the new stage for me. That's when I realized, oh man, I've really been underachieving my entire life. I'm not saying that you have to go to that place, because that place is a dangerous, dangerous place that...
Borderline rhabdo, heart arrhythmia.
Oh, it wasn't borderline rhabdo. It was all that.
Yep.
But you don't want to go there. But it taught me what is possible. So from that 19-hour lesson, one of the biggest lessons I had in my life, it taught me like, okay, I got it, check.
Tell me about this mixtape of hate that you've made.
So what started happening is, as you get bigger, as you get more successful, you open the door for people to critique every fucking thing you do. And most of the people who are critiquing you usually aren't where you are. And all their critiquing comes from people who are really at a low level of life, which is sad. But what we do, people who are on the upper level, hearing the haters at the lower level, like I said, you'll never meet a hater doing better than you. True statement. I started having fun with it. So I'll go through the comments. While most people don't go through comments, I go through them intentionally to look for the bad ones. And while I'll block and delete you because the people on my page don't need that negative energy, I'll block and delete you, but I take a snapshot on my phone and I put it in the archive. So what happens is, there's days where I'm like, you know what? I really don't want to do this today. And I'm like, oh, hang on. So I started making these mixtapes with all of these hate messages about people talking shit. And it became such a source of fuel that it was amazing, because I know why you hate me. You hate me because you're probably in the bed right now. You're probably an underachiever. You're probably somebody who doesn't want to do anything with your life. So I make you question everything about yourself. So I'm going to continue making you question yourself by coming out here and being even more successful. So I listen to that while I run. I sometimes play it in the house, and it sometimes gets on Jennifer's fucking nerves because I'm sitting and listening to somebody talk mad shit on a loop about me. And she's like, why do you do this shit? It's half comical and it's half inspiring. I'm actually inspired by it.
I've heard you say previously that listening to music while you train is cheating. Mm-hmm. So what you're telling me is that the silence of your own dark thoughts isn't enough of a soundtrack, and you've had to crowdsource insults from the internet, self-narrate it, and then play it to yourself while you train.
That's it. I do that sometimes, yes. Yes.
Have you got your phone on you right now? I want to hear it.
No, I don't travel with my phone.
Oh,
yeah, my phone does not go with me anywhere.
Why is that?
Once again, man, like right now, I'm with you. A lot of times people are in conversations or they're somewhere and they're elsewhere. You may think they're with you, but they're not. That phone is the biggest distraction in the world. When it comes time for the phone, I'm on the phone. When not, I don't use it. I'm all about being present where I'm at. So that's why that phone right now, we do have it. It's in it's silenced, it's off. So I do have my phone right now, but usually I don't take it anywhere I go.
Got you.
So
while you're listening to the self-narrated insults of random people on the internet that you don't like,
right?
What are you thinking of while you're listening to that? While you're working out or while you're walking around the house?
How that back in the day when I was sometimes getting bullied or in a dark place, how sometimes that would have bothered me. How I would want to clap back. I would want to be on there all day explaining myself to people. And how now I'm in a place now where I can hear it and I can actually enjoy it. I can actually know where it's coming from. I've studied it. So I don't just like listen to it and like make fun of it. I actually study it because I was once that negative person. I was once that person who saw someone successful and didn't see how can I get there. I was like, oh, fuck that. They're probably cheating or they're probably doing this. I was that negative person because I wasn't there. And I didn't want to work to get there. So these people who hate on people, I've studied them. And I've gained a lot of knowledge from them because I gained a lot of knowledge for myself when I was in that dark place. So
it's almost like reflecting an older version of you back to yourself.
100%.
I had this idea called the reverse role model. So in a lot of places, people might grow up and not have good role models around them. You know, like it would be great if I had someone that was my hero that could tell me how to be X, good in school, well with work, fantastic in relationships, whatever it might be. And a lot of people don't grow up with that.
Right.
And what I realized was, because that was me in part from where I was from, but I realized there was a lot of people that I got to see that were like the sort of person I didn't want to be like.
Right.
And that was the reverse role model. So I could look around and I could say, well, I really don't want his relationship with his wife. And I hate the way that he is using alcohol to get over the problems in his life. He doesn't have any integrity or tell the truth. She is a liar and a backstabber and a gossip. And the thing is that you can actually achieve a lot of success in life by avoiding failure. Like most success in life actually is avoiding failure. Yes, you need to be able to be competent, but first you need to not get out of the race. That's the 1 second decision, right? You need to not lose before you can win.
Right.
And the reverse role model is you weaving your way through a selection of people that you don't want to be like. And I think that you can get an awfully long way just by doing that.
I did that my entire life. I had the ultimate blueprint by watching my family. I was the youngest kid. So the youngest kid has the total advantage. You know, you may get picked on, you may get bullied with everybody, but you sit back and exactly what you said. I sat back and watched my dad. Definitely don't want to do that. My mom, my brother, whoever it may be. I sat back and I paid attention to everything around me. And it was the ultimate blueprint to how to live life.
How not to live life.
How not to live life. Is I watched people do shit and I said, I don't want to be like that.
I like what you said about how the criticism that you see from people is coming from a very unique place. Mm-hmm. I think if you got to see the inner texture of the people who don't like you's existence, you'd feel more pity than anger for the most part. I think you'd pity them.
Yes.
And that's a realization that's taken a long time for me to come up with, because everybody else feels, or to me, it always seems like everyone else has got it together. Because I get to see only what you choose to say, only what I'm around you doing that I get to see, whereas I get to observe my own inefficiency and foibles 10,000 times a second, right? I get to watch the texture of my own mind be completely unresponsive and useless. I see every single prideful decision, every single lie that I tell myself, every single time I make a promise and don't keep it. But I don't get to see that from everyone. So I'd always presume, because of this asymmetry, that everybody else had it sorted and I didn't. And it also made me think that everybody else's opinion was this perfectly balanced, well-researched, beautifully, they had me nailed down to a T. And what they were telling me was the truth. They could see something in me that I couldn't. And after a little bit of time and a good bit of building up of self-confidence, I realized that that's not the case.
No. I have pity on a lot of people. I do. I used to get angry about it. Like there was this guy, I talked about it on Rogan, this guy from SEAL Team 6 who went out there when I started becoming more famous. He went out there and just tried to destroy me, tried to literally destroy me. Talked about how, he just totally lied, had to get a lawyer against him, all kind of shit. And I was getting ready to sue this guy. I was going to sue him because he literally tried to destroy my character, my reputation. Went out there and just lied his ass off. And I thought to myself, it was about 2 months into it. I sat back and I started feeling sorry for this guy. Like really sorry for him. I was going to pull a trigger, sue him. And I said, I'm not going to sue this guy. I said, for you to be this person who comes on and lies and tries to literally tear down everything I've worked for, you are in a very, very bad place. Come to find out, he was in a very bad mental place. So I get what you're saying. I've learned to study people before I react, because there's no successful person in the world who's in a good headspace that's going to ever attack anyone in that kind of manner. There's always going to be something wrong with them. So you got to always dive a little deeper before you get your feelings hurt. Before you get your feelings hurt by that bully at school or that boss at work, take time. Take that 1 second to pull back and study them. Because most people who are in good places, they don't care about what you're doing. They don't care about what you're doing. They don't try to destroy you. They actually will try to build you up versus destroy who you are as a person. So that's where I'm at now in life, is most people who do that, they're in a very dark, dark place.
I've got a ton more to talk to Goggins about, but first I need to tell you about AG1. You are not eating enough fruit and vegetables in your diet, and you know it, and this is going to help. I've replaced a ton of multivitamins that I was taking every single day with 1 scoop from Athletic Greens. It covers all of my nutritional bases. It means that I feel really good. I've got better energy, my digestion is improved. I tried pretty much every drink that I could find, and none of them are as comprehensive or as good tasting as this. It's got 75 vitamins, minerals, and whole food sourced ingredients, including a multivitamin, multi-mineral, pre- and probiotic, green superfood blend, and more that all work together to fill the nutritional gaps in your diet. If you're looking to make a good improvement to your nutrition, your health, and fitness in the new year, this is where you should start. Head to athleticgreens.com/wisdom to get a year's free supply of vitamin D, 5 free travel packs, free pots, shakers, and that 90-day money-back guarantee. That's athleticgreens.com/wisdom. What do you think most people get wrong about motivation?